Good morning from downtown Austin. We're about to head out to maybe towards Amarillo. I think we would get on the other side of Amarillo this morning. I've got 80% battery, and yeah, we're late starting, so just gonna get out of here. Let's go. So here's a little bit of Austin, Texas traffic for you. Leaving town, it's actually closer to noon than it is the morning, but yeah, so that's probably why it's like this. I guess no, it would be heavy in the morning too, right? Rush hour, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, it's what we're looking at right now. We're going to jump on the 240A, so 183 north to get out of here and head up towards the north part of Texas and New Mexico and eventually Colorado. Hey there, so you join me in Cedar Park, Texas, which is not actually that far outside of Austin because, yeah, so I had my car brought to me. It was like a valet situation at this hotel. It was kind of ridiculous, but anyway, I was sitting there and I wanted to tell it to go to Amarillo because I knew that was kind of in the basic direction of where I wanted to go. So I wanted to be routed over that way, and it didn't like recognize Amarillo, Texas for some weird reason. So that was very frustrating. So then I wanted to find another. I did find another place where it would go, but I would have to drive below 60 miles an hour to make it, and not in the mood to drive below 60 miles an hour on 70-mile-an-hour roads. So yeah, so I chose this closer one here in Cedar Park, and now I'm going to, and we're only at 68%. I mean, which is pretty high. But I'm actually just go plug this thing in right now. Actually, yeah. So I think the plan is then to go to Sweetwater, Texas instead. So we get enough charge here. I don't think we need that much more charge, but I mean, we can't put that much more in there anyway, right? Because yeah, we're already at 68%. Right. So this is going. Yep, we got a green light already. Let's see. So this stop is Cedar Park, Texas, a little bit outside of Austin. You can see there's a number of cars here. Actually, there were about 3 or 4 more when I first pulled up, so it's a pretty busy location. And there's lots of amenities in the area, I should mention. There is like a restaurant, brew house. There's an In-N-Out burger, which I think I'm going to stop at because we don't have In-N-Out burgers on the West Coast, or sorry, the East Coast. And so, yeah, this is an opportunity to try out what everyone's always talking about. I think I had one before a few years ago, but I kind of forget what that was like, so I'm going to try it again. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, so maybe, do we want to see what we're at state of charge wise? Let's flip this around. Take a look here on the screen. Yeah, we're at 70%. I don't know if you can see that. And my average watt hours per mile. I've been keeping an eye on my average watt and trying to keep it below 300, which I'm driving like a lot faster than normal. Right. So like usually around my place, I'm driving 55, 60 because I'm not really using the interstates, but here I'm using the interstates, and sometimes the speed limit is like 75, so the traffic's moving at 85, and then sometimes you might see a Dodge Viper in traffic in the middle of the night and go up over 400 watt hours per mile for a little bit. Who knows? Anyway, yeah, so we're going to just charging up here and get some In-N-Out and head towards Sweetwater, Texas, I think is the next one I should be able to reach, no problem. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm just walking across the parking lot going over to In-N-Out Burger, and I just came across this. Yeah, Rivian RWD, baby. So I've seen a few of these in Texas, actually, and it's kind of nice. And there was, it's kind of out of the shot now, but there was a Kia EV6 right here as well. They're long gone. Anyway, just wanted to share. All right, so I got some In-N-Out, and I got back to the car, and it was like 92% or something, but it still said to get to Sweetwater, I'd have to stay below 65. And so I'm just gonna plug in again. I had unplugged it actually. I thought I gotta have enough range by now. So, but apparently not. So I just plugged in. I'm gonna eat some French fries, and then hit the road again. All right. We've charged it to 98%, and so we're ready to hit the road. I can make it to Sweetwater. They say I'm arriving with 8%. We'll see about that. I think I can get it down to 4 by the time I get there, which is like perfect for faster charging. But yeah, 98%. This is a high traffic supercharger, so they had limited me originally to 80%. It was kind of weird. So I'd gone in to the in and out, and I didn't know how long it was going to take me to get over there and order food. So I just slapped up my limiter up to 100%. And I knew it wouldn't make it that far. But anyway, so I came back to the car, and it was like 92. And I unplugged it, and I plugged it back in, and it started charging, but then it stopped charging. I had the busy supercharger message on the bottom, limited to 80%. So I had to open up my actual phone app again and reset it. I'm not sure. I use the phone app to do it. I probably could have done it on the big screen, but I didn't. So yeah, I set it back up, and then it started, charging again. It's like 24 kilowatts, kind of a rate. Kind of slow, but I don't know, it allowed me to finish my in and out while I'm sitting here and not while I'm driving, so that was good. Anyway, let's get to Sweetwater and see what that town's all about. Hey there, so I thought I'd just check in for a little bit. I'm on 183 going north. A bit of a kerbobble, I don't know. I'll just mess things up a bit coming out of the Cedar Park supercharger stations. Didn't follow my on-screen directions very well, but I did end up in traffic right by a Cadillac Celestiq, doing some testing, I guess, at this point, because they're not on sale yet. It's like, what, a $350,000 luxury car to start with? It doesn't look like that on the road, let me tell you. For at least right now, at least like a mule. Didn't look super blingy or anything, but it was kind of cool to see. And unfortunately, I didn't get it on camera, which is the really sucky part, so apologies for that. But anyway, this is 183 north out of the Austin area, going up towards Sweetwater. And as you can see, it's a non-divided highway. Speed limit 65, so I'm not going that fast. And yeah, it's kind of quiet traffic. There's a nice Tesla, but you can't really see it. Can you see it? Yeah, way up ahead. There's a Tesla with some black matte paint. I guess it's probably a wrap. It's kind of cool. I don't want to really... I guess I could burn some electrons to catch up with them, but nah, we just kind of cruise. We're good. We're averaging 292 watt hours per mile right now. The current drive. Maybe I should look at those energy stats here on the screen. You can't really see them, but drive, okay, instant range. Projected 90 miles of range. That makes no sense because I've got 90% charge, and the car says I'm good for 259 miles at 90% charge, which I think is a lie. But yeah, I need to learn how to read these energy consumption graphs a bit better because that doesn't make sense to me. Instant range. Okay. I see. I see. Average range. Okay. Still says I have projected 115 miles of average range using the past 30 miles worth of consumption to figure that out, but that's a hell of a lot less than, what was it? 258 miles is what it's saying on the screen. So I don't know, let's see where we're at. And right now we've got pulled up the odometer. Oops. The odometer, okay, so 50,662 miles. I guess let's see where we're at in 100 miles or so. Will we need a charge? Hopefully not, because the Sweetwater is even farther than that from here. It's 210 miles, so yeah, we're gonna go 210 miles. Not. I guess I need to figure out how to read that consumption screen, because that's not... Those numbers don't add up in my head. So anyway, hope you're enjoying the scenery, and we'll check in a little bit. So this is a little frustrating. I was driving along here, and I did have like arriving with all kinds of percentage, and then all of a sudden that number started decreasing. It went down to 4%, and I drive below 60 miles an hour to arrive at your destination. So I guess I'm gaining elevation, and it's taking more energy than the car expected. The car should know that, you know, car knows what the elevations are of the different things. It's relying on Google Maps data, and that data is in there, but whatever. So we're back up to 5%, but I'm driving at 65 miles an hour. The speed limit is 70. It's just annoying. Yeah. If the car says it can make it there, it should be able to make it there. You know, with its original using its original calculations. I'm not sure why has to. Yeah, this could be better. Okay, let's get going again. Rant over. Hey, so I'm going through this little town. So we're definitely below 60 miles an hour. We're in the 35 mile an hour zone. Actually, I put it on full self-driving, FSD beta, and letting it handle the driving through here just to see how it does. So far, I've noticed the overhead flashing yellow lights are the only thing that kind of mess with it so far. But, yep. Let me just spin this around so you can see what's going on the road here ahead of me. It's a pretty good, nice little town. Not even sure which town it is, but maybe I can figure that out in a minute. Let's turn this around. All right, so we're turned around, and this is the little town. I'm not sure what little town. Lampasas? Maybe I'm pronouncing that completely wrong. Feel free to correct me in the comments below. All right, we're just kind of limping through town here. Doing the speed limit though. Well, until that car started slowing down. We got a little, looks like a 1988 Ford Escort ahead of this Kia in front of us. Oh, the car is deciding it's had enough. It's changing lanes. It's getting into a faster lane. Oh, it's slowing, it's going, okay. Oh, we're missing this country kitchen. That looks good. Badger Nation. I guess Badger's a sports team around here. Oh, had my hand off the wheel for too long or not applying torque. My hand is actually on the wheel, just not applying torque. It is now. Anyway, car beeps at you when you don't apply torque for a period of time. Speed limit sign just went up to 45, so yeah, we're picking back up here. Oh, my camera's okay. That's the 3 times view on the camera, so it's more normal. Oh. Traffic in this lane is slowing down, but I got a truck in my lane beside me, so it's not going to switch until this thing goes by. Now it can switch, but it is not. Now I got somebody else coming up behind me on the right. So I guess we're just going to sit here and accelerate slowly, which is fine. Welcome to Lometa, Texas, where the speed limit is like 35 miles an hour, which is fine. Just checking in to rant a bit more. So I keep getting the message I need to drive below 60 to make it to my final destination. So I finally bite the bullet. I put it, at 60 miles an hour, creeping along in a 70 mile an hour zone. And then we got people coming up behind us, and they have the opportunity to pass, but they don't. And then the passing opportunity goes away, and then and they're stuck behind me, and I can't go. And the speed limit raises actually for a moment to 75, and then despite the fact that I just set the car to below 60 miles an hour, so I make it to my final destination, the car automatically changes the speed limit. I had it on full self-driving. It changes its speed back up to 75 miles an hour. Which, why? I mean, that makes no sense. It's just telling me that I won't make it to my destination, but then it's, jacking my speed up to where I won't make it to my destination. Come on, Tesla, you can do better than this, right? Right? Let's see what's over this ridge for y'all. Hope you're enjoying the views. All right, coming to another little town here, Goldthwaite. So this is bizarre. So I'm driving along. I've got it set to 59 miles an hour because it says I need to go below, 60 to make it to my final destination, which is bad anyway, because that's not what it told me at the beginning of the trip, but regardless. So I'm going 59 miles an hour, and then the speed limit starts dropping from 75 down to 55, but then my car decides to speed up at this point after I give it no input. It's on autopilot, and it just starts speeding up. It's actually, it was on FSD. So I don't know what's up with that. You have speed limit's going down, but the car decides it wants to speed up. So that's pretty terrible. Right, we'll just show you this is kind of a nice little town. I like this. Yeah. Huh. Little library, Goldthwaite, Mills County. Lone Star Gunsmithing and Firearms, Chamber of Commerce. Yeah, this is a nice little Texas town. Pretty quiet, sleepy. It's got a First Baptist church, a Church of Christ in 2 blocks. It's got a stadium gymnasium. Yeah. Actually, I think I want to turn into a little convenience store if I haven't passed them all. All right, so I just stopped into this little convenience store. Picked up some, no bait and tackle, but got some ice though. And I'm going to try out this front cooler bag. So it's got the bag inside the bag, and I'm supposed to put ice inside here, and then I can go ahead and put drinks in there. So, okay, this is frozen solid. Excuse my terrible camera work. As I just wrestle with this ice bag and open it up. And, well, there's a piece of silver. I'm hoping that's not off the bottom of this. Uh-oh. Well, I guess we'll find out. All right. So we got the big chunk of ice in there, and that'll melt over the day. We'll throw this plastic in the garbage. And then we'll add some, got some fizzy waters over here, some seltzer waters. And if I can open up this side, we'll put them all in this side of the bag. This is just so much fun. All right. All right, so I can close that side up. Now close this side up. See, we got them all in here. Looks good. They'll chill down for a little while. I can pull over and grab a nice, fresh, frosty beverage. It'll be great. Those seltzer water is great. They're just like non-flavor. Like, I don't know if you drink flavored waters at all, but like the non-flavored seltzer waters, they're actually the most refreshing and delicious to drink, in my opinion. Anyway, so yeah, that's a look at the freezer bag, filling that up with some cold ice, and we'll show you how that looks later on down the road. Just a little update for you. I am still like 60 miles from Sweetwater, so a ways to go yet, but the scenery is pretty cool here. It kind of opened up. It's been a little hilly, but now it's like really opened up. Actually, it looks like a mesa way over there in the distance. I don't know if you can see it, but like over that away, there's like a table. Oh, okay. There's auto steer unavailable for the rest of the drive. Okay. Autopilot disengaged. What happened? Well, what happened was I got distracted for a second and didn't notice the blue flashing light. It didn't give me the tone. I didn't hear the actual tone. So I just sent Tesla my excuses for why. That's the first time that's happened, actually. But I've noticed recently that the on this part of the drive, the FSD nags come really often, like every 15 seconds it feels like. I'm not sure if that's to do with the most recent software update or what, but I don't know. FSD beta has just been super exasperating this whole leg of the trip anyway. Maybe I should make a separate video about how exasperating it is, because it's pretty exasperating. Anyway, back on the road. We got 59 more miles to Sweetwater. Let's go. Oh yeah, I should also point out, we're on this 2-lane road in Texas, and the speed limit is 75 miles an hour, which is 5 miles faster an hour faster than like the interstates on the east, around the East Coast at least. But all the there's no controlled, entrance and entrances and exits. It's all just, driveways off to the side of the road at 75 miles an hour. No interchanges, none of that. Anyway, just a bit of an interesting situation. Thought I'd share. Alrighty, just wanted to show you this little bit of landscape here. I'm still on my way to Sweetwater. Almost there, 18 minutes left. Looks like we're going to ride with 4%, but this whole area is just full of windmills, and actually those little oil donkey things. I forget the actual name, but they call those the oil pumps. There's been a few of those around, but they are outnumbered by the windmills for sure. There's just like hundreds of them here. Like way off as far as you can see, huge windmills. It's kind of neat. Let's leave the camera running while we go by some. Doing 75 miles an hour on this road. That's the speed limit, 75 miles an hour. All right, we're pulling up to the Sweetwater superchargers. They are in the Holiday Inn Express parking lot in the back, of course. And we'll just spin around here so you can see them. Right, and here we are. And we'll just pull alongside. I was hoping it would give me the self-parking option, but it did not. So I'm just going to park it myself. I haven't been getting self-parking notifications like in parking lots until this trip. I've gotten a couple out at superchargers, and I've used it to back in with. But not this time. All right, maybe next time we'll make a video of it. If that happens, right? So we'll make you a video of the self-parking situation at a supercharger, if it allows me, like the next time at least. Hopefully it will. All right, we're down to 2% battery. Actually, let me see if I can take you off of here and I can show you what's going on my screen. Little situation here. Maybe I can't. Alrighty, so we have arrived here with 2% battery. So that's pretty low, and lower than what it indicated at the beginning of the trip. And I did do a lot of driving, like 10 miles below the speed limit, which is super annoying. So my takeaway is that Texas needs more superchargers. We also got this full self-driving beta warning. It's my first one. Telemetry from your vehicle indicates improper use of FSD beta. Keep your hands on the wheel and remain attentive at all times. FSD Beta will no longer operate if autopilot disables 4 additional times. Wow. Well, gotta keep an eye on that because that would suck. But yeah. Okay. Let that go, and let's go charge this thing up. It's gonna rip. It's gonna get. Actually, this is a version 2 supercharger. So I think it actually only maxes out at 150 kilowatts. Double check yes. So I may be here for a little while, which is fine. I need some time to kind of look at where I'm going to go north of here. I was thinking maybe going up by Clovis, New Mexico, but there's not a whole lot of charging opportunities up there that way either. I've decided I'm going to go up the Front Range into Colorado through, what do you call that? Through this town called Trinidad. There are superchargers in Trinidad, I know. Yeah, but anyway, I'm going to plug this thing in and kind of take a look and see where we're at now. Okay, update later. All right, so we're at the Tesla supercharger charging. Several hours have passed since we put the ice in the front cooler bags. So let's go take a look and see where we're at with that. Spin this around and open this zipper up. Open this zipper up. Oh, and it's pretty warm in here, of course. So, you know, the ice has melted quite a bit, but we got some cool water. Yeah, those are pretty cold. I think I'm gonna grab one of those. Yeah, that seems to be all working. It's like, let me look underneath. Yep, no leaks, so that's great. And no leaks inside that one either. As you can see between, there's nothing, no water down there, so that's all good. So I'm not sure how long this will keep things cold. It's like 92 degrees out here today, so that's no joke. So I would say we've got probably a few more hours of ice probably in there. So that's not bad. 5-6 hours and 90 plus degrees. All right. All right, so we finished charging here. We're up to 83%. Interesting, the current drive energy usage was 264 watt hours per mile, which is pretty decent, but we weren't really pushing it at all. So I think we must have had some elevation gain, but I haven't checked it out. Anyway, so I'm heading out now, and we're going to end up in Amarillo with a stop on the way. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, onward and upward. Let's go. Fast forward to the future for this mea culpa. I did not actually film my arrival in Amarillo. I ended up running into this huge rainstorm, drove through it for hours, and I arrived exhausted, and I did not record, you know, the outro to this video. But the hotel I stayed at did have charging on site, and so I plugged in there, and you can pick up with the rest of the story in the next video on to my final destination of Fort Collins.